Hi everybody, I'm Tony Grillo. Welcome to my channel, Wisconsin Hugs. I hope you're all having a great day. And I thought I'd share this post with you all today. We'll just jump right into it. Tony Grillo is at Valero Rest Stop, Ohio Turnpike, August 23rd, 2017, Clyde, Ohio. On the radio today, this Messianic Jewish professor, which is interesting itself because he's a Jew that believes Jesus is Christ, was asked the meaning of Proverbs 23:25. I liked it because it has two words in it that I was unsure of, backbiting and continence, and it was written by King Solomon. Now, Solomon was the son of King David, and he was the third king of Israel. David was famous as a young boy for using a slingshot to defeat the mighty Goliath. And that's my dog barking because there's another truck that pulled up next to me. So if you hear him barking, that's DJ. He says hi to everybody. Solomon was famous for building the first temple that housed the Ark of the Covenant. He's also the same king that told his soldier to cut a baby in half when two women were both laying claims to it. And he's the same guy that answered wisdom when he was granted any wish he wanted from God, which so pleased the Lord that he was given everything else, like long life, wealth, power, and prestige, along with wisdom. And yes, he was the same passionate guy that wrote the fiery songs of Solomon, had a romance with the beautiful, powerful, and smart Queen of Sheba. Funny, because she felt no man was good enough for her, and it took her 3 years to travel by camel to see him. And he had over 700 wives. Solomon lived from 970 BC to 931 BC. And it's amazing how the third king of Israel's wisdom still holds true today. It's like his people from 3,000 years ago are so similar to us in the problems we face every day, and it's pretty evident that we both need God. The professor said the best way to answer a question on Bible verses is to look at multiple translations. One tidbit I didn't know is that the north wind in Israel always brings rain, while the south wind always brings heat. Yeah. That's DJ barking again. He was asked if one should study Hebrew and Greek in order to appreciate the real meaning of the verses, and he said, you know, that only adds to the confusion because words often add multiple meanings, and that's why there are so many different translations. But he did add that the translations are actually pretty good. So I included the many different translations of that one verse. And DJ finds it interesting as well. And it is kind of interesting that the professor is right, because when you look at all the different translations, you can pretty much figure out the exact meaning of that Bible verse and what King Solomon was trying to share. Happy Wednesday. So let's take a look if I can get the thing to turn right. Alright, so this is the verse that King Solomon wrote, and these are all the different translations. In the New American Standard, 1977, the north wind brings forth rain and a backbiting tongue, an angry countenance. Okay, the Jubilee Bible 2000 says, the north wind drives away rain, so does an angry countenance and a backbiting tongue. King James 2000 Bible says, the north wind brings forth rain, so does a backbiting tongue, an angry countenance. American King James Version says, the north wind drives away rain, so does an angry countenance, a backbiting tongue. And the American Standard Version says, the north wind bringeth forth rain, so doth a backbiting tongue, an angry countenance. The New International Version says, like a north wind that brings unexpected rain is a sly tongue, which provokes a horrified look. Okay, that's a little different. New Living Translation, as surely as a north wind brings rain, so a gossiping tongue causes anger. And then the English Standard Version says, the north wind brings forth rain, and a backbiting tongue angry looks. The New American Standard Bible says, the north wind brings forth rain, and a backbiting tongue and angry countenance. King James Bible says, the north wind driveth away rain, so doth an angry countenance a backbiting tongue. And then the Holman Christian Standard Bible says, the north wind produces rain, and a backbiting tongue angry looks. The Darby Bible translation says, the north wind bringeth forth rain, and the angry countenance a backbiting tongue. The English Revised Version says, the north wind bringeth forth rain, so doth a backbiting tongue and angry countenance. Webster's Bible says, the north wind driveth away rain, so doth an angry countenance a backbiting tongue. And the Word English Bible says, the north wind bring forth rain, so a backbiting tongue brings an angry face. And the Young's Literal Translation says, a north wind bringeth forth rain, and a secret tongue indignant faces. New International Version, like a north wind that brings unexpected rain is a sly tongue which provokes a horrified look. New Living says, as surely as a north wind brings rain, so a gossiping tongue causes anger. You know, that's probably one of the better translations, because I can clearly understand what they're saying in that verse right there. As surely as a north wind brings rain, so a gossiping tongue causes anger. The north wind brings forth rain, and a backbiting tongue angry looks. Okay. The north wind bring forth rain, and a backbiting tongue and an angry countenance. Hi DJ. The north wind driveth away rain, so doth an angry countenance a backbiting tongue. So now we got, let's see, we have more. The north wind brings rain, and a backbiting tongue and angry look. The north wind, that's a Net Bible, says, the north wind brings forth rain, and a gossiping tongue brings forth an angry look. The north wind brings forth rain, so a backbiting tongue brings an angry face. As the north wind gives birth to rain, so also is an evil face to a lurking tongue. That's Aramaic Bible in plain English. God's Word Translation, as the north wind brings rain, so a whispering tongue brings angry looks. And the north wind in the JPS, Tanica, I think that's how you pronounce it. The north wind bringeth forth rain, and a backbiting tongue. So, and then this is Solomon. For you will heap burning coals on his head, and the Lord will reward you. The north wind brings forth rain, and a backbiting tongue and angry countenance. It's better to live in a corner of the roof than in a house shared with a contentious woman. So it is interesting how, you know, different translations, when you look at just one translation and you really don't understand what is meant by that verse, if you go and look at other different other translations of the same verse from other different Bibles, you kind of get a picture of what the message is. So I real quick Googled the definition of backbiting. It is malicious talk about someone who is not present. So that would be gossiping. Members have grown tired of the backbiting in this group. And then I looked up the definition of continence from the Bible. And basically it's the face, visage, it's a calm facial expression, composure, approval or favor, encouragement, moral support. What does God's countenance mean? It's the face of God, the divine face. And here's a definition here too, where it's the face as an indication of mood, emotion, or character. The photograph showed his somber countenance, a bearing of expression that offers approval or sanction or moral support. An example of countenance is wide eyes and bright smile indicating joy. And DJ right now is barking again at some people walking by my semi-truck. This is an interesting question. What does it mean for your countenance to fail? Basically, it means you have to support or encouragement or keep your composure or self-control. So you don't want to lose your countenance. So what does it mean to remember continence? Count to 10. Oh, I get it. Continence, count 10. Oh, there you go. Continence, count 10, and hence see your anger will decrease. Well, that is kind of a cool way to remember what continence is. Keeping your composure, having the face of God, count to 10, and hence see your anger will decrease. You know, and that's probably a great way to end this video. And I hope every one of you enjoyed this video. And I learned something as well, just putting it together. So, all right. Peace. I'm out of here. Have a great day, everybody. Love you all. Bye.